We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. In Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And from the 25, they work this to the 20.
What they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. A first carry for Wendell Smallwood. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
And the Steeler first down.
Set! 230. 44 is the mic. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. These two. That's me. 44, Mike.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brings up third down.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there.
Defense wins championships, baby. Say what you learned.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26.
A gain of 21 yards. First down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
Back at the 32.
Here we go. 180. 53. Your track. Under 10. 50. 10. Switch.
Now on 2nd and 16. Roethlisberger throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They run on first down.
Side run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Regular.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
180. I got one. Hey, 133. I got it.
They go play action. Mayfield trying to lay one up deep. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Olivier Vernon able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
55. Check. Switch. Knicker.
That's Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll give the Smallwood out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Set. White 80. Check 53.
On 2nd down, Smallwood. He will push his way down to about the 14. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Pretty quiet. Check 52.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jannard Avery in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission. Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control. They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to go back to Beckham there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
I'm here all day.
Mayfield now. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Following the interception, Mayfield. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
At the 26-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Play fake. Mayfield looking for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Real.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get...
That he's into the clear. 30, 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner. In the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. Oh, he bowls over him. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.